Poetry invites us to pause and pay attention to the past, to the present, and to our own interiorities. The finalists for the 2025 National Book Award for Poetry reflect on and accept the ungendered body as it ages, reclaim the voices and stories of Vietnamese refugees, and embrace sensuality and self-love as a queer Black woman. These collections reveal the fragility of language, memory, and a poet's sense of self, and confront centuries of violence against Black people in the name of the living. The panel chair for this year's National Book Award for Poetry is Terrance Hayes, winner of the 2010 National Book Award for Poetry and a distinguished professor of creative writing at New York University.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. It's great to be here. Of course, my first order of business is to thank my amazing co-judges. Kate Daniels, I don't know where she is, H. Melt, Anis Morjani, Caridad Moro Glorianier. Amazing judges, a real pleasure to read, debate, celebrate a year of poetry with such devoted and opinionated poets. And my thanks to the National Book Award for everything, every bit of this. If I was to ad-lib a little bit, I would say I think that the writing is the art part, but the reading is the literary part. And so I embrace the idea of just reading wherever you are, whatever you do. It becomes literature through you engaging it. So when I advise poets just running around, poets that don't have a university or immediate community, I tell them if they want to kind of know what's going on in the contemporary American poetry, they should get those 10 books that are selected. When we put those out in September, if you're reading those, it might take a year to read all of them. You will know what's going on in contemporary poetry, and you may know where you fit in it. It's my own practice. I hope it's everybody's practice. And so go back and look at those original finalists. It was with that in mind that we got together and just tried to come up with a really diverse, excellent set of 10 that will reveal the richness of contemporary poetry. If our 10 show the diversity and possibility in a given year in contemporary poetry, our 5 represent maybe what was extraordinary in that given year. And maybe our 1 represents some particular example of genius or what's the clearest snapshot of the moment. I don't think we know. I think we had a really good time knocking that around today at lunch. But I can say the 5 finalists that are in this room, the semifinalists from the 10, the 5 finalists that are in this room really represent a tremendous literary excellence. Their books brought us joy, surprise, argument, engagement, the deepest, highest regard. And so they sit here with us now, and I think it's just an honor to honor them. Can we do that? So, poets come up with great titles. The first title, Gabrielle Kavakoreski, The New Economy from Copper Canyon Press. Kathy Lynn Che, Becoming Ghost, Washington Square, Simon Schuster. Tiana Clark, Scorched Earth, Washington Square, Simon & Schuster. Richard Sykin, I Do Know Some Things, Copper Canyon Press. And Patricia Smith, The Intentions of Thunder, new and selected poems from Scribner and Simon & Schuster. This year's National Book Award for Poetry goes to Patricia Smith for The Intentions of Thunder, new and selected poems from Simon & Schuster.
Thank you. The first thing I want to do is thank Team Poet here tonight. Gabby, Tiana, Richard, Kathy, nothing like us ever was. So thrilled to be here. Thank you, judges. I'd like to thank my husband, my family, the Smiths, the De Silvas. Michaela, I know you're out there. Hi, well, thank you. So as you listen to me, I think you're gonna wonder what I'm saying has to do with poetry, but don't worry, I'm gonna tell you. It is October 28th, 2003, and I'm in a nursing home in North Lake sitting 5 feet from my emptied mother. Over and over, she pulls the bones of her fingers through her straight-up shocks of white hair, pulling as if she is trying to disappear by lifting herself out of the room. Her mouth opens and closes like a baby tasting something new. Her eyes claw for focus beneath layers of cloud. I ask her questions that daughters typically ask their emptied mothers. Do you remember my name? Do you know anyone named Patricia? Do you know Annie? Do you know Annie? She is tired of these questions. She does not know Patricia. She does not know Annie. My name is Patricia. Her name is Annie. What does this have to do with poetry, you ask? I'm gonna tell you. Suddenly she leans forward, her milky eyes narrowing, looking for mine. This is what hope looks like now. A mother maybe trying her best to see you, and God might grant you a second of grace. Maybe then you can finally tell her how poetry has burned you another history, and maybe she will finally ask, and maybe she will smile with all the knowing, but my mother does not smile. Her eyes are needles as she remembers just enough of me. The soft smacking stops. She says, "You're ugly." Her voice is dust, raspy and unpracticed. Dimming eyes pin me to our past. "You ugly," she spits again, throwing her whole tiny self into the two words. What does this have to do with poetry? I'm gonna tell you. I was a child taught that I had to escape my skin, which my mother called your too black self, mixing baby lotion with poisonous skin tone cream, pinching my nose to narrow its landscape, scrubbing the darkness of summer play from the back of my neck with a washcloth dipped in Lysol, poured Tide laundry detergent into my bathwater. I was taught that I needed to escape the black that surrounded me, black that kept me ugly and stupid, and all the way down, I was nobody good and I was nowhere good. There I was, looking for the top of the place I was, looking for the next place, looking for another home in another skin. But what did the poet say to me? Child, look at where you are. Look at the blessings you're trying so hard to be beyond. Child, look at where you are. Look at the portly butcher in his apron weighted down with blood and sawdust. Child, look at where you are. Look at the Reverend Matthew Thomas half moonwalking across the pulpit. Child, look at where you are. Look at your mama, steady hating the you that you are. Look at how pretty she is anyway. So bona fide and original Chicago West Side colored girl, I studied my skin until it was mine again, not my mother's. I rose among storytellers, not beyond any single one of them. I skinned my knees on concrete glittering with glass, rejoiced at the double negatives and perfectly wrought metaphors we sing. My mother, Annie Pearl Smith of Aliceville, Alabama, died on March 15, 2024, without saying another word beyond the two that she left me. But I can't help but smile, thinking of her there in the great unknowable with Gwen and Audrey and Wanda and Tony and June, looking down and nudging her over and over. Annie Pearl, that your baby girl standing there in front of all them folks? Child, look at where she is. Thank you.